Hello friends, Namaste, good morning or good evening everyone. This is Lavanya Vishwanath from Australia. So I'll be the host for this session with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, Australia, initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. So for the last 25 sessions, our senior pyramid master, Prasanna Medisetti from Houston, started narrating this book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. So in our last previous week, let me just quickly give you a recap. Prasanna Garu started about the new topic, surrender. So that is staying in this conscious present light so that we could move forward and see if we can change the situation by taking action. Do not misunderstand the surrender. There's a negative connotation stating like accepting defeat, but it is not that. So with this, I would like to welcome Prasanna Garu. Over to you.
Thank you, Lavanya. Okay, thank you, Lavanya. The last chapter, he is focusing on the surrender in a various aspects, right? So in general, we talked about surrender. Surrender means, okay, anyway, whatever it has to happen, it is happening, then why do we worry? That kind of thing is also not right. That's what we have understood the last session. Now, today, we'll see that how this energy, in the second topic, he is talking about how we can mind energy, right? So whatever the mind energy, that can be converted into the spiritual energy. So you must be wondering, what is this mind energy, right? So mind energy is the one that we are doing everything. Now whatever we are achieving, whatever we are doing is with the mind energy only. Suppose if your mind doesn't say anything, then will you do that? You will say that, oh my, so previously I didn't feel right or something like that you used to say, but now after knowing the ABCs of spirituality, you will say that, oh, my inner doesn't say, so I'm not doing. This is what the people will, you can see the thing, right? So here mind energy is the one which is actually doing with the mind energy, how we can, how much we can use this mind energy. So letting go is easier than done actually. We will say, okay, leave it. Somebody said something, suppose if somebody is coming and telling you that, okay, this happened, or why did she say that, or some when there is some problem or something, then if you say that, okay, leave it, you don't need to bother about it. So that is very easy said than done, because only when you feel that grief, then you will be understanding. It is very, you will say it very clearly. But we need to practice that letting go. I still don't see clearly how to let go. If you say that it is surrendering, the question remains how. If you say that, okay, surrender, then leave it, then how to surrender and how to leave that thing, right? So first we need to acknowledge that there is a resistance. When there is a resistance, be there when it happens, right? So when the resistance arises, so when there is a resistance only, all the problems will come, that you are not able to surrender, or you are not able to letting go of it. Let me I put some slides here. Just I tried with. Can you make me co-host, Lavanya? Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay. From mind energy to spiritual energy. This is the topic today. Okay. So this is a transformative journey. Like every one of us is having a mind energy. How we can convert this mind energy into the spiritual energy? How we can let surrender our life? How this we will explore here to move our mental resistance, whatever that we have, that mental resistance, right? From mental resistance to spiritual surrender. Discover the power of conscious presence. experience the inner peace and the true freedom. That is what we have to understand. So once you understand conscious present, then you will experience that inner peace, steady peace, and the true freedom also. Okay. So mind energy. So here these are all the things that you have, like so much wiring in the mind, right? So these are all the wiring in your mind. Mind energy drives our thoughts, emotional reactions. It fuels compulsive thinking and over identification with the mental stories. Suppose, let us take very simple example that you are getting, you will get it right. Suppose today your son or your daughter did something in the school and came back. Okay. So instead of dealing with that particular day, particular instance, what our mind will do is it will go and pull all the stories that you have heard from the back. Somebody's son did this and his life has spoiled like this. Somebody's daughter did this. So you imagine so much bigger than actually what has happened there, because with all your mind things, right? So you over identify, will have so many mental stories. This energy often resists the present moment. So instead of accepting the present moment, what it has happened or something like that, you will go into the different stories, and you will consume all that energy over there. It keeps you living the past or a future, because here whatever the example that I gave, you will live in the future. Oh my god, this guy has starting with the games and he didn't do the homework, the teacher has complained. Oh, in future, so this gaming addiction is also so bad. So that kid has become like this kid has become like this. You will, because all that wiring will happen. Why I'm just giving you is because this is where we being parents, we wire so much. Because we are surrounded by the kids and their energies, right? So we think too much of it. Or suppose if something happened in the office, let us take, I gave you many examples. Some office colleague has done something to you, or some unwanted incident has happened. So you will take it so much with so much ego. If it happened, like if it sorry, if it happened for the first time, right? If it when it happened for the first time, if you are able to take it like, okay, maybe she had a bad day, maybe he had a bad day, let me talk to them later. If you can take a bit a backward step and then talk, it may be it may solve the problem in a differently. But what we do is we often do with that our ego, right? We often go with the ego. So when we often go with the ego, what will happen is it is always like so much rupture. You always seek the control, or you always seek some with some desire you are doing. This is the identity of the with the thought resistance, what that is. So we have to see what are your thought patterns. Are you judgmental? Are you mental? Are you labeling them mentally? Emotional reactions like anxiety, fear, worry, anger, compulsive thinking like over identification with the mental narratives. So these are all our mind energies that we have to see when some situation comes. Are you judging actually? Because if some colleague or somebody has done something, immediately we judge. Oh, she's bad or she's good. Maybe, who knows, right? She may be having a bad day, she may be going through some other mental thing. So do you think because the moment that she stopped she started some negative, definitely whatever she or he has done is a negative, then you will start doing some kind of a labeling, she is an arrogant or something like that. Or sometimes with your emotions also, you may be anxiety, you may be fear of something, you may be worrying something, you may be angry and otherwise also, then also you will show all the things in your work or in your other relationships. Mostly your partner will get all the hit more than anybody, partner and kids, right? So this is the emotional reactions that we have somewhere else. And compulsive thinking, you over identify yourself with mental narratives. So sometime back I used to have that one kind of problem, like mental, like whenever I see some kind of a bad news, like some school shooting has happened, So this is where I used to get affected. Some, as if that school shooting has happened in my own kids' school thing, right? I used to feel that kind of, because it's a over identification of my mental narratives. No matter what, we feel bad for the kids, whether it happened in our school or somewhere else also. But still, when we over identify, we go into the kind of a anxiety, kind of a fear. It will become so much fear within us, right? So this over identify, so we need to, these are all the mind energy. So whenever we are doing all these kind of things, will this is affecting our life or not? All these three patterns affecting, it is definitely affecting our life, right? So these are the mind energy that we have to take care of, or we have to identify where actually we are resisting it. Okay, resistance. This is where the actually we are doing a resistance here, the root cause of suffering. So when something is happened, we are not able to accept it. So whenever we are not able to accept it, the resistance part comes into the picture. When the resistance comes, we are actually being into the problem, because that's where you are feeling all your thing. Resistance or unconscious refusal to accept the present moment. It manifests your inner conflict, irritation, tension. This leads to the negative emotional states. It is also involves mental commentary labeling situations as a wrong kind of thing. Suppose I'm just remembering one of the incident in a movie. I don't know how many of you has must have watched this movie 35. Anybody watched? Okay, so in that, the kid is always asking for a reasoning. Why this happened? Why this happened? If you take out, so 0, 0, when there is a no value, when we kept 1, how then it will become 1? We kept 1 this side, it will become 100. How that value is becoming so much? So these kind of the things, the teacher doesn't have any answers, and he will say that he labels this kid as a, oh, this kid cannot be, and he is passing all subjects. Mathematics is getting only not even pass, because pass mark in India is 35, right? So that's why the movie was named after 35. So everybody is saying, okay, this kid is separate. Even teacher was also labeled him as a, oh, I cannot teach him kind of the thing. So mother started, like, because there is a resistance to whatever the logic that he is asking. His teacher is also unable to think. So we have all accepted. Whenever we say that 1, if you put this side, it is only 0, 0, 1, no value. If you put left side 1, 0, 0, it is 100. If you put one more 0, it become 1000. So we all accepted it, the theory. And this kid is unable to accept it. So then everybody labeled him. Okay, it causes the suffering of that kid as well, because he is unable to get that 35, and mom is trying to do something. So one day he faced a situation that, because in the class nobody is supporting, but when there is some situation happened in his class, and then there is a one guy came to support him. So when that one guy came to support him, he feel like he has got lot of strength. Okay. Then moms explains, when you feel like a zero, because there's nobody to support you, you felt like a zero. There's no strength. But when one person came to you to support you, it became a lot of strength, like a elephant. How much strength you got it, right? You got that. When one person can come to you and you became lot of strength, why can't 0, 0, when one is picking, why can't it become 100? It is also the strength, right? When one is there, it became lot of strength. So here also you are zero, and there is a one person, you became lot of strength. Similarly, this. So that logic, he helped him to understand the maths, like. So likewise, she is also giving everyday situations into the mathematics and try to explain. Later he succeeded. This is a story, but later, this is story, or it, there's a lot to learn from that as well, right? So similarly, whenever somebody is thinking in a different way, there is a resistance, then we label them, or we when everybody is going into the one path, if somebody says it's a wrong, then we label them. So first recognize that resistance, right? Where exactly your mental resistance is happening. Where you're feeling drained, where you are feeling heavy, or where you are feeling triggered, or unhappiness, where it is, where you wish the moment was different. you wish that moment should not be happened that way. You wish that moment should be the different. Suppose the plane crash that happened. So you wish so many, all of us wish so many things. Hope the engineers would have checked before. Hope those people would not have traveled, or so many things will happen, right? Those 241 families also thinking so many different ways. So because there is a resistance, why they are thinking different, and why they are actually, because they don't want to accept the situation that their loved ones were gone in that accident, isn't it? Whether they accept it today or tomorrow, so you need to, it is gone anyway. You cannot, suppose if I make it a spiritual sense, what do you say? So those are all the people, the life was only written that, only that day. Their life has to be ended that day, because only their life is only from that point only it is there. That is why only those set of people were there in that plane crash. There is a one lady who missed the flight because 10 minutes the traffic jam, because her life is still there, extended. Out of all that crash, there is a one guy who is able to survive, which is like a miracle, because he's still, his life there is something to do it. If you take it that spiritually, right? But at that moment it is not easy to accept it, because I don't have any near and dear. I can say all the spirituality there, but when there is a, my near and dear is there, my entire perspective will be totally different. I cannot, even though I taught all the things, that moment I will not be able to be there in the present moment and surrender. But the longer you are not able to accept it, the longer you are going to suffer. Somewhere you need to accept the fact that the accident happened, that person is no more in your life, isn't it? We need to accept and then move on. That is where you need to surrender the life. Okay. You wish that moment will be different, but you cannot. Once that your thoughts are fighting what is, your thoughts are always fighting, it shouldn't happen that way, it shouldn't happen this way, this kind of the thing, right? But whatever it has happened, you cannot change that. You have to surrender it. What happened? Okay. Illusions of the conscious unhappiness. So what are the illusions? Unhappiness is not able to accept the present moment. You might feel aware of sadness or anger. Yet, awareness differs from identification. Many identify with their emotions. They keep the pain alive through mental storytelling. Unhappiness feeds on time, perpetuating the past narratives and removing the time anchors us in now. This diminishes the pain power. I'll tell you. Again, when I'm doing some counseling to one person, this is a story that she's telling. Being a girl, or there are two girls, I think. Yeah, there are two girls in her home, and she was always not given an importance in her family. Okay, the her sister, the younger sister, was given a lot of importance, and she was given everything. And this lady, whoever is going and telling this story, people are saying, "Oh my God, this is so sad. Parents should not be doing like that." Suppose if somebody comes to you and say, "What do you say?" You know that pretty much this girl was not given some importance or anything, so you believe her. So what you will you say when somebody is saying so? Because she want to live in that emotion, she wanted to live in that emotion. So the things has happened. Let us take, I'm not denying that whoever has told the story, maybe it is a true, maybe it is a true that the parents are not taking care of this girl, and maybe they are taking care of the other girl, or whatever it is. Maybe it is a true, I'm not denying that. But what will happen if this girl keep on telling that mental story, keep on telling to herself and to others? Then what is this? What is that she's getting? She's only getting misery. Will she get any happiness? No. And whenever somebody listens, some friends or relatives or whoever is listen, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is the thing that will happen. So somebody referred to me, and she came for a counseling. When she is telling, then I miss counselors. That is the one, they look the problem in a different perspective. Usually, whenever the thing is there, right? So I told her, maybe your sister has some weakness that she cannot live. She needs some support in her life. Whereas You may not need any support. You have that strength that you can do the things on your own. How do you do in your school? Do you read independently, or do you depend on only when mom or dad says, did you read? What are the patterns that is happening? So like that I started questioning. Okay, whenever you started that questioning, she started connecting herself. Yes, my sister always need a push. I don't need. I studied well. So see how much ever the girls have studied that well and got in a good job, but still I do agree that everybody needs love. Love is the one that it is actually keep going, but that love you need not identify with some attention. Do not confuse with love with the attention, right? This girl has confused the love with the attention because her sister is getting a lot of attention. So she tried to identify herself as a victim emotion. Whenever, as long as you identify yourself with the victim emotion, you will never be happy. Will you be happy? You will never be happy. So the moment I mentioned all these things, I digged. So she started thinking, yeah, you are right. They are actually taking, because my sister needs all the support she cannot do, even to go to the other place. Also, I used to take her. So see, because as a parent, they may be weaker child only. They will give more attention. For a stronger child, what they will do anyway, they will do it. It doesn't matter. That's how they will be behaving towards a stronger child. Remember yourself also. How do you behave with your kids? Even though they are smaller kids, right? We will also do the same thing, right? When there is a weaker child, you try to give more attention. When there is a stronger child, okay, she can manage herself. That is how we do it. But we need to mention, whenever the kid is feeling that way, we need to mention why you are actually doing it. Otherwise, these will always become the childhood traumas, and inner child will get affected, even though they were in a very big positions, big things. Also, this inner child will get affected. Because of this, the trauma will still be there. That is why you should be seeing what you are identifying with yourself. Most people are identifying with their emotions. I'm so sensitive. That is your emotion, right? You are identifying with your emotion. And also you are telling your mental story that, oh, that happened, this happened. And also you are feeding your unhappiness. So in the beginning itself also they say, we say, when you are actually, for the ladies, when you are doing it, when you are in your menstrual cycle, you will be a bit low, but your mind feeds all the unhappy stories. Because of that, you'll try to go depressed. You can see this mostly with the teenage girls, that they will get depressed when they are in the menstrual cycle, and also mostly with after 45, because hormonal changes also affects. Okay, emotionally you will go down. That will happen because you are wiring your mind with your, because you are feeding the mind wants, because when there is a pain body attracts another pain. So you are actually thinking of all the pains. So you see this illusion of unhappiness, conscious illusion. So you see all these things, whether you are doing this to yourself or not. Okay. What's the next one? The power of the present moment. Out of all these things, what is the power of the present moment? How do you come? When fully present, resistance become conscious and it dissolves. The emotional charge loses its grip. Whenever you are fully present in this moment, the emotional charge loses its grip. Negativity cannot survive in the conscious present moment. You cannot present, you cannot be in the present and be unhappy simultaneously. Presence is a medicine. Awareness is the healing. So be staying in the present moment is the medicine, and be awareness is the healing. That is why whenever you got angry or whenever you are sad, our elders used to say, okay, stop and count 1, 2, 3, 4, some 10, then you react. So do you hear these things? Because you want you there, because now we'll say consciously focus on your breath. Notice your breath. Feel gentle rhythm of your breath. Completely forget everything. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breathing. See, imagine that your loved ones are not there in a plane. You are able to breathe now. How lucky you are compared to those families. You and me are, how lucky we are. Still, we are actually feeling bad about something or thinking about something. Is that required? Because those families, there are two kids. I saw the story that two kids came from London to celebrate her grandma birthday, and they are going back. Imagine the story of those parents. So whenever you see that, whenever you see those things, you are able to breathe, you are able to live, you are able to take care of the kids. Even if everything was lost also, there is a time that you can gain back. But once that life is lost, you can't get back, right? So be in the present moment. Do not worry about small things. Come to the present. Be observe your rhythm of the breathing. Be thankful that you are alive. Observe your thoughts. Watch thoughts without judgment or without any attachment. Don't get attached to your thoughts or don't judge anything. Acknowledge resistance. If you are unable to accept anything, acknowledge that resistance. Gently, silently acknowledge your inner resistance where you are not able to accept it. Acknowledge. Drop the story, drop it. Release your narratives, whatever that story that you are not able to accept it, and come to the present moment and live in the present moment. That is the surrender. Surrender is the power. Surrender is the portal to the spiritual energy. Surrender, stop fighting. Surrender. Surrender means giving in to what it is. It's not a weakness. You are just accepting the present moment. But strength in stillness. It is a strength in stillness. It's not a weakness. It means stopping the fight with the present moment. You are not fighting with the present moment. Okay, you are stopping. I'm not saying that if you lose somebody, the loved ones or whoever is in the present moment, I'm not saying that you should not feel bad, but still completely dissolve in that moment, completely feel in that, more than actually lose being in the present moment. Oh, now what happened to those kids, or what happened to those parents, how do they survive? So these are all the things that we are imagining. Instead of that, grief completely in that present moment. If something is like that is happened, accept it. Accept the circumstances without any resistance. Dissolve your egos. That is an agenda. Completely dissolve your ego. This opens up the door to the spiritual energy, a high vibrational frequency. Stop fighting. Cease conflict in the present moment. Accept the circumstances. Embrace what is without any resistance. Open portal. Access the spiritual energy. Every one of us, it is not that if somebody is there, it is not there, we cannot survive or nothing. Every one of us is having that kind of a knower power. We have that, we are the speck of the spiritual consciousness only. We have that complete knowledge is there. So you open up to that particular knowledge, go there, then you will be able to understand the completely surrender and observe that spiritual energy. Okay, what is a spiritual energy again? So you'll say, okay, open up the spiritual energy. What is spiritual energy? Spiritual energy is a silent, powerful, and pure. It is being. It is staying there, not doing. It is being. It is a responsive, not a reactive. Free from polarity. It creates peace, clarity, compassion, patience. It leads to harmonious outcomes and transformation without conflict. Unlike mind energy, it does not pollute the inner or outer world. So mind energy is polluting your inner world as well as outer world. But spiritual energy, like as I told you, like a previous example, the flight thing. So when you think of when the portal is opened up, when you are thinking everything in as a spiritual energy, you understand every person is coming with a expiry date. If it is not the flight accident, they would have gone in some other case because their life was written only that. All those people, whoever has, as the life is closed, they were all in that particular flight. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. They would have got some other urgency. They would have postponed their ticket. They would have preponed something tickets, something would have happened. They all came with an expiry date. When that expiry date comes, we will go, isn't it? When that spiritual opening has happened, you will accept that moment. When you accept the moment, you will be compassionate with what needs to be done with the other lived ones, other people, or whatever it is. You will get clarity. You will have a deep empathy in all the beings, and you will have clarity of the insight, and you will understand the situation. So whenever you accept the situation, you will be very peaceful within yourself. Inner tranquility will get it. So that transforms you without any conflict. That transforms you into the better person. That transforms you into the better thing. The shift from mental to the divine flow. How the mental to the divine flow is happening. Mind energy tries to control outcomes always. It should have happened, that it should have happened. Try to control outcomes. Spiritual energy allows the life to unfold organically. It allows life to unfold it. Let the life unfold. I'll accept it. As the surrender deepens, egoic needs transcend. So your ego.
Prasanna garu, I think you're on mute.
Those people will transform. Even if outer conditions doesn't change, your perception shifts. That shift is called a freedom. Even because once you are actually becoming your mind control, become a divine flow, do you think that your circumstances will change? No, those circumstances will not change. Those circumstances will be as is. Only thing that it will change is the way you respond to it will be changing. The way you receive will be changing. Same people, but sometimes when you are at peace, some people, when they were very calm in nature, when they start, even though you went there to fight, suppose I went to Lavanya, why did you do this? I want to fight with her. But she's calmly, oh, what happened to Sinagaru? Why did you? Oh, is it? Oh, it would have, let me find. Because she is not actually showing any emotion. Let us take. So will I able to shout? Even if I went to the shout, I will be calmed down because of the peace that she's radiating. Peace, the way that she's actually receiving with it. So that her inner energy, her inner peace is actually transforming me without any force. She's not shouting at me, she's not forcing, but without any shouting, my voice will transform, my things will be transformed. You can see that in the outer world whenever you experience, right? You can see that as well. So divine flow, life unfolds organically in a divine flow. External, inner peace, external world, transcended beyond egoic needs. It is going to the beyond egoic needs, from transcendent ego to the inner peace to the divine flow. That is how our mental energy is actually transforming. Who would you be without? Who would you be without unhappiness? Suppose there is no unhappiness. What do you do? This is a profound question to contemplate. If there is no unhappiness, what is there with you? There is no pain. You are not attached to your pain. What is your identity? Your identity is built around your suffering. True spiritual growth begins when you are ready to let go. So true that's where the true spiritual being starts. Ready to let go. Whatever it is happening, ready to let go. Release the emotional identity. Step fully into the now. Imagine that freedom. Step fully into that moment and imagine that's a freedom. Whatever it happened, I'm accepting it. Whatever is happening today, I'm accepting it. Let go. Release the attachments and pain. Shed the identity. Move beyond suffering and pain. Step into the now. Embrace the conscious present. Always live in the present moment. The global importance of spiritual energy. Why this spiritual energy is required globally? Blessed are the gentle. They shall inherit the earth. They shall inherit the earth. The new earth emerges when enough people awaken from mind energy. Surrender becomes the norm, not an exception. Spiritual energy becomes a humanity in a living vibration. This is not the concept. This is lived a reality. This is what actually we are in that phase where most of the people, we need to get awakened, and we need to go to the new. Our earth is moving to the from the two-dimensional to it is moving to the three-dimensional. That's what we are living, right? So this is what we are saying. So when we are moving, more people emerges. So to become, let go, this is not an exception because she is very exceptional, she will take as it is. No, it is not an exception. Everybody should do that, this kind of mind energy conversion into the spiritual energy. This spiritual energy should become the humanity vibration only. This is not a concept that should become a living thing. Surrender, embrace the present moment, vibrate, live in the spiritual energy, awaken from mind energy to the awareness. With that, we completed that point, like um, spiritual energy, like the from surrender the portal to the spiritual mind, surrender from mind energy to the spiritual energy. How you can take it up? Okay, we have some more time, so let me go through the other topic. What is the next topic is how to surrender in the personal relationship. That is what you will get into the thing, right? So how to because every one of us, the problem starts with our the home only. The problem is not with the office, or problem is not with the others. When you woke up, how to deal with our own spouse, how to deal with our kids. So that's where our problem starts. Surrender in the personal relationships. That's where our issue starts. What about people who want to use me, manipulate me, control me? Do I need to surrender to them? That's what here the question is. Do I need to surrender to them? That's the question, right? Everybody. Many people want to use me, how much ever I do. That too, when you come to the spiritually, right, there is always a confusion. Confusion will come. That confusion is you wanted to, because you don't want to yell at the people, you want to accept the people. When you want to accept the people, people try to you manipulate you. Is it not? This is the phase that every one of us will face it, because what to do? On one side, we are saying that Aham Brahmasmi, we need to see that the consciousness in every person. Okay, whenever I try to see the consciousness in every person, people are trying to take advantage of me. Is it not? Are you not facing this? When people are trying to advantage of you, so what to do? Even suppose if you get a, if you are shouting immediately, people will, oh, you are doing that much meditation. What is the use? This is the question that every one of us will be facing, right? So even if you are doing the meditation, you will get, because we are in the process. In the process, one person may be here, one person may be here, there's one person may be here, one person may be here. We are in this journey. Okay. It is not that the moment you started doing the meditation, you will not become a saint and go somewhere. Isn't it? So it is not that if somebody says that, okay, are you, no, I'm in that process. Maybe, suppose unconsciously I shouted, when I'm not meditating, I may never want to learn that that is my mistake. Okay. When I'm meditating, started meditating, I may be learning after a day. But when my energy is increasing, I may be learning. As soon as I uttered some word, oh, I shouldn't have uttered. So I may be learning. But in future, what I learn, even before I learn, I will be aware, I will not talk. So this is all the journey. You are somewhere in this journey. It's not that the moment you started meditation, you will not go there that, okay, I will not talk anything. We are all human beings and we are all having the emotions, right? So that's not that you are in some, you are in your journey. So you are cut off from the being. So unconsciously attempt to get the energy and power from you. So the people will unconsciously try to get the energy from you, and they try to get the power from you, because that's how people will try to do that, right? People will try to get some energy from you, That's why manipulation of the behavior. Even I told you last time, unconsciously, parents are the one who try to manipulate the energy of the kids. We should be more careful because we try no because when you are raising your voice, they may get like, oh my God, they will listen to you. Whether truly they accepted it or not is a secondary point. Okay, here you are trying to manipulate. So, how to deal with manipulating and controlling? The power to surrender without weakness. Understand the manipulative behavior. First, try to understand who is actually, what is their behavior. Why people are trying to use or manipulate the others? Because they themselves are cut off from the inner consciousness. They are not with their own consciousness. They are being unconscious. They are unconsciously, they are seeking the energy from the others. They are seeking the power from the others. They forgot that they themselves are having that kind of energy. They themselves have having that kind of power. They forgot it. So they are trying to grab the energy. Because of that, they are actually manipulating. Only unconscious individuals attempt to manipulate. And only unconscious people can be manipulated. Remember, if you are manipulated by other persons, you are unconscious. If somebody else is trying to manipulate you, they are unconscious. So either you are manipulated by or you are manipulating others. In both the ways, you are unconscious. So if you are conscious, you will not get manipulated. Okay. Should I surrender to manipulative people? Absolutely not. If somebody is manipulating you, I will not say that you need to surrender. This is not the right one. If you surrender means you are unconscious. Surrender does not mean to tolerate abuse or allowing yourself to be taken advantage of it. That's absolutely firmly no, big no. One can say no clearly and walk away from the situations. Well, still there is a remaining internally some non-resistance. You are some non-resistance of that situation, but you can say walk away. From the egoic reaction, you can still say, I will not respond to this situation. There are people who will say, I will not respond. Okay. You have some kind of egoic situation is there within going on, but still when you are conscious of it, you will say that I will not respond. You will not show your emotion. The no should be free from egoic reaction, free from emotional charge. And it should be rooted and clarity of the inner peace. There is again the arrogance no is there, inner peace no is there, isn't it? Gautama Buddha, when we went for the alms, somebody you are a very healthy person, and why do you want to beg? So she gave all kinds of words and put some small amount to him. Then he returned back that amount. I said I didn't take anything from him. Not that money, but any words also he didn't take. He is not a egoic there. He absolutely, his peace was not done. Suppose the same thing if you do in any, when you go to India and if you put, nowadays if you put 5 rupees, if you give a 5 rupees to any beggar and he will throw on your face and say, "Eh, lallamma." Huh? So that is not the surrendering. That is the egoic thing. So you should understand that whereas Buddha's is not a egoic thing, but this is a egoic thing. Which one? You should not say no with the egoic reaction. You should say no to the firm no with your inner peace. You should not take into the thing. You should become from inside, not with the fear or not with the anger. Whenever you are saying no, that no also should be high quality no. That no, I will not do it, or no, you cannot. So you can always say no, but that no is should be the high quality. It should not disturb you from your inner peace. Okay. Resistance versus surrender, that's what you need to remember here. Resistance versus surrender. If your resistance keeps surfacing, then the action is speak up. If there is a resistance, speak up. Change your environment or leave that particular situations. Don't harbor negativity or unhappiness into your life which pollutes your inner state. If there is a negativity, Do not go again and again there. So you know that there is a person is so much negativity is there and you are not able to change. Nowadays, remember after 40s, you can never change anybody. Okay. Nowadays, even we are not able to change our own kids. Okay. But forget about after 40s. So when you cannot change, just leave the situation. Okay. Think yourself. Think of yourself. If you, because in case of the kids, you cannot leave them like that, right? Tell them that, okay, you do whatever you want to do, but listen to me. But listen to me. Later, I will leave the decision to you. But listen to me. So you give all your life situations or anything, whatever your perspective, you can give all the things. Okay. If it was if it is me, I will do here like this. But again, it is up to you. Leave it to them and go. If you are shouting, they will do opposite. If you are just calmly, if you are able to give your own perspective and leave it to them, then you are giving a room for them to think in your perspective also. Okay. Nowadays, Gen Z kids, you can't shout and you cannot make them to do it. Remember that. It's a very challenging to deal with the what is our generation that I don't know, whatever the generation. So the dealing the Gen Z kids is really, really tough. So you need to understand how to deal with it. You need that spiritual science or whatever, all this power of now, surrender, all the things you need to know in order to raise your own kids. Forget about the all that thing. You need to know your spiritual energy, not to drain yourself while dealing with your kids itself. Okay. If no external action is possible, okay, if there is no external action is possible, there is a two inner choices. What is that? Resist and suffer. If you are not able to do, you resist that and suffer, or surrender and get the inner freedom. Surrender to that situation and get the inner freedom. Which one you want to choose is up to you. Whether you want to resist and suffer or you want to choose the inner freedom and do that. Okay. I will leave it here because I haven't completed this. I just started. Okay, I'll stop it on the because it's a big subject. Resistance versus surrender. 3 points I completed here. So we will see that later. Any questions?
Thank you, Prasanna. As usual, wonderful session. So much to learn about, especially resistance versus surrender, and especially with the example about the air crash which we are given. Yeah, so we could resistance versus surrender. It's really tough when you have told what you have told to apply.
Yeah, but only thing is when you're conscious, at least you can think. What am I doing, right?
Yes. Yes.
I'll send you those points because this is so important. The last chapter, whatever we learn, the power of now, all the chapters is different, and now it is a practical applicability, right? I will give you those that presentation also. I just tried because I just prepared the notes and put it in the AI tool and tried. It came out good.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
okay.
a gamma presentation.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prasanna. Yeah, it was really a nice presentation, visually as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And Chandana has explained it, like she's put a comment that you have explained it very well, and same with Madhu ma'am. Thank you, Chandana, and thank you, Madhu ma'am, for your feedback.
And one more thing, I never, even though we are meeting every Sunday, I never ask you. Anybody is interested who know Telugu and interested in translating the Patrisar books, please reach out to me. I'm heading that effort actually. Translating the Telugu to English. Last year I did it 2 books, but now I'm building up a team and doing it. If any one of you are interested, it may not be immediately, right? But you can do it for the next year also. Somehow it never, the thought never crossed to me when I'm teaching this class. But today, why I didn't tell this Australia session people. So anyone interested, yeah, I can allot you like which book is need to be translated, and you can take time because like any other instance, that maybe now we are releasing for MMS3 that happening in LA. but maybe in any other things, maybe something may be happening in Australia. Anywhere we can do it, but we will try to do that. Okay.
Sure, Prasanna garu. Yeah, thank you. Please reach out to, I mean,
Lavanya will direct me. Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Any other questions, friends? I think the topic was so intense, I could say, especially with the incidents, examples which Prasanna garu have taken today. So, any questions, friends, about anything? Not only, yeah.
Thank you, Prasanna. It's Madhvi. Thank you so much for a good explanation, Andy. Just want to ask you. I know when we have a personal loss in our family, it's very difficult. Even though how spiritual you, I mean, not say I won't say spiritual. How learned you are, how you know these things.
Exactly.
We have to let go. It's very difficult, and because I lost my mother last September. I mean, she's 79. Of course, I know that she had a fulfilled life. It's time for everybody to leave, and everybody they have. It's a time to go and everything. But somehow it's hit me very hard. It was, even though I know these sort of things, it took me a long time. Even now, probably I have accepted it. But what I sometimes, if I think of that situation, the way suffered, what she suffered in the hospital, or how she passed, I mean, little things you have in your mind. Somehow I don't want to think about it. Do you think I'm doing wrong? Do you think I have to let that go off of my mind?
Resistance. You have that resistance, Andy. You have that resistance. Imagine that you're already saying that she suffered at the end in the hospital and all, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think that soul has to be here with the suffering?
No, she there's no way she can be now.
We don't want the soul to be suffered
Yeah.
like this way, like that in this world, right? Now also, like I'd say, when my mother-in-law is also suffering, and she's going. So
Mm,
sometimes I pray God, like, God, you have given enough life for her, and she enjoyed, experienced all the life. Why can't you take her? So that
yeah.
if you take, she can reborn, because soul doesn't have any death. So she
Mm,
can reborn and start a fresh life, right, with a fresh body. She can
mm,
start, instead being on the bed and suffering all the day. It is suffering to her as well as the people who are seeing.
yeah.
Okay. So if you have not, if you are resistant, and if you are feeling that way, again the kids also, you're not teaching. I just always say, I always prepare my kids. Even the parents are not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as the parents are there until they become, that is what I always, because when I gave a birth to the kids, I asked, my life should be there here in this earth planet until my kids become independent,
Mm,
because that will be minimum thing that we wanted to do, right? Once they are becoming even independent, then there are so many things. Oh, I want to see their marriage, I want to see their kids. These are all the secondary things. Once they were independent, they are able to manage the things. So that kind of a thing we also should wish for, right? So if you are resistant, and if you are still feeling that, then you are not setting a good example to the kids also. You have to tell, okay, at one point we all need to leave this thing. We came as a guest and we have to leave. We came with an expiry date. We have to leave no matter what.
yeah.
So when we leave, you need to live, because if you want to, if you love so much your mother, you need to live up to her expectations.
Yeah.
What are the good practices that she has done when she is here? You live up to that. In that way, that soul will be very happy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. True.
So if you do that, you are showing as a setting a good example for your kids.
Yeah.
You are giving a strength to them.
Yeah. True.
So
So true.
surrender the fact that she is no more.
Yeah.
It's not
Yes.
that you should not feel bad. You should feel bad that moment, completely grief, accept it.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you come out of that, come out of it and take over, celebrate her life.
Yeah.
At the age of 79, passing away, you can celebrate her life
Yeah.
no matter what,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So true. Thanks, Prasanna. I know it's very, whenever I think of my mom, it becomes so, I mean, it's only emotional, but I know I do accept it.
No, do things. Do write down the things that she likes it. Write down the things,
Yeah,
what and all she used to enjoy. Do the things. The
yeah,
soul will be happy.
happy about it. So true. Thanks, Prasanna. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhavi ma'am. Any other questions, friends?
Yeah, thank you, Prasanna.
Yeah, thank you,
You are
Vishnu.
saying if somebody are manipulating, don't surrender. That's a very good point.
Yeah, move away.
Yeah,
Move away, right? Because I contemplated on this point a lot, means lot, after my initial road trip, because I have to, well, I think last class I explained, I have to shout at a girl. Then I think myself like lot many times, what happened to my knowledge? What happened to the staying in the pub, staying in that particular moment? Why I lose my control? Where I have to improve all the things, right? So when you dig into yourself, that's where the confusion, that as I explained, right, there is a confusion whenever you become a spiritual aham brahmasmi, all these things, you will get so much confused. Then I went back, and why actually shouted at that girl? Is it any of my personal gain or personal thing or personal ego or anything? So when I dig like that, when I bifurcated my thoughts, it is not my personal gain or smart. It is the, she kept the risk of the four other people into the for other people life at risk. That's where I got angry. So whenever I bifurcated the things, then I was okay. I felt good. Okay, at that time, showing your emotion is also right. Okay, at the same time, I cannot be with her because at this age, like she is 48, at this age, I cannot make her understand that what you have done is wrong. If she would have understood, she would have understood that day itself when I shouted. She never understand, means it is not, I am not in a position to be with the negative energy and deplete my energy. So what should I do? I should come out of it. I should just leave the situation like that. At the same time, I don't have any ill feelings or anything about her. Only thing is that time, because of the incident, I have to reacted it. So is it the reaction is good or responding is good? Sometimes the reaction is required, because when some other people's life was kept at risk, definitely you will get instantaneous reaction. That time, but only thing is you need to surrender. Okay, thank God or thank to the universe that nothing happened to anybody, but you need to take care of the things later. So these are the things, if you, whenever you are introspecting, right, that's a negative energy when she is not listening. If I keep on with her, that irritates me more. Whenever I am not able to handle that kind of the emotion, what I should do it, you should leave that situation, you should leave that negativity aside and move on to your path. That's what I, whenever I contemplated, learn on that particular incident. So in that way, whenever in your life also, you need not surrender. You need not, what you may say, you need not accept it. So that manipulation things, you need not accept it. Say a firm no, but with any, with not having any negative emotions there. Just say firm no and come out.
yeah. Bless that soul and
Come
just,
out. Yes.
yeah, come out of it.
Come out of it.
Don't think
Yes.
about that too much and be in that
Don't
negative.
overanalyze. Don't attach yourself with that emotion.
It's done
Because
and
what
that's it.
happened is,
Yeah,
yeah, for a week or so, I attached myself with that emotion. Why did I do that? Why did I shout it? I should be having it, because again, this is also the conditioning, right? People will say, oh, you are all meditators, why did you do that? Why are you shouting it? So this kind of the questions will come. So am I showed my bad side of me there? So that is what I think of, because I attached myself with that particular emotion. Once I come out of it, whatever I did it because of the good intention only. I did it. I'm just leaving it.
yeah, yeah.
So the
Even
moment you stop, you understand that, and you stopped thinking about it and stopped getting attached to that, then you will be you'll get a freedom.
yeah, that is more important. Freedom is
That's
more
more
important.
important. Freedom is more important. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you, Rajini ma'am. Any other questions, friends? I think those are the questions for today, Prasanna garu.
I'll send you tomorrow, the thing, the presentation. Okay.
Okay, sure.
If I can, I will send it now itself. Otherwise, one point only I prepared. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Prasanna, that presentation, it's a bit light to read.
Yeah, it could be. I told you, right? I just did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I asked like give me 5 minutes, Lavanya, and I tried in the gamma. I didn't explore the options so well.
that's okay. Yeah, just pointing
Okay.
it, just
It is,
a
yeah,
little
it's a
bit
light.
light on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's
Yeah.
light. You can just change the what do you say, background of it. It will change.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whenever you're opening, right, you just change the background of it.
Okay.
Lavanya, I sent it to you already.
Okay.
You can confirm me. You got it.
Yes, Prasanna garu. I got. I'm good. Yeah, it's downloading. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. See you next week.